Alright, I'm gonna start the video. Don't say anything your grandma doesn't want to hear.
I sent it to him, so we'll give it a second, but he can catch up when he wants to.
Well, this meeting may be 3 minutes long, so.
There you go, Ruby.
I got 6 o'clock.
You want me to wait for him, or you want to go ahead and call the order?
I guess we can
Call order.
Go ahead and call the order.
Want to turn that off?
Start with roll call.
I can turn it down.
Chief Travis,
Here.
Joyce Lopez,
Here.
Chief Perez,
Here.
Assistant Chief Bottle,
Here.
Scott Stillenberg, Brad Lingard, Brian Sepla,
Here.
and I am present. There is a quorum. Stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And we'll start with consent agenda. Item number 1, approval of the minutes of the meeting on September 21st, 2023. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the last one.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Let me turn this up. Scott, are you there?
I am.
And carrying on to new business, a discussion of quarterly drills. Item number 1, discussion on 2023 Q4 drill. Anybody want to take that?
I wasn't for that one, I think that, I don't know if Tim was there or not.
I don't think I was, actually, I'm not sure. I don't think I was either. Do we know what that one does?
I don't know what that was.
Our last meeting was in September.
The last one in September.
No, the last meeting was in September. I don't know when the last drill was.
I don't know.
I don't either, actually.
This is a very informative briefing. Next one.
All right, moving on to number 2, discussion on 2024 Q1 drill. Anybody want to take
So, Scott here. Tim, has anybody reached out yet for my team at all to start planning anything?
Not yet.
Okay, alright, I'll get on them on, next week and we'll start arranging that.
Okay, great.
Okay, just a request, since these are our requirements for our contract, we need to document them a little bit. So just a short write-up on each for these agendas would be great.
All right, we're moving on to new business item B, discussion on Queen Creek Bridge, Waterfall Canyon Bridge project with road closures affecting regular and emergency traffic.
I've included a map for everybody showing the actual impact area. You'll see our impact area is much larger than you anticipate. They are talking about closing it 2 days a week for blasting for, I believe, 4 hours. So it'll be similar to Pinot Valley. The difference being Resolution Copper it's halfway between one branch and the other branch. So the question would be for this group is, what sort of plans do we need to make to compensate for that? Do we need to pre-stage equipment on one side of on the other side of the blast? Will they let us through even if they're blasting? It seems unlikely, because it doesn't matter how many lights and sirens, when the bomb goes off you don't want to be there. So you guys are going to have to decide. It's going to have to be a discussion item probably over the next couple months. So we have to come up with a written plan on what we're going to do with this thing.
I have a question. Do the contractors have like contact information, any type of scheduling? Do we know? Have they told the town anything?
Yeah, Lana's regularly attending those meetings, and we did send a briefing out, I think last week, to the council, or 2 weeks ago. I'll share more of that information with you guys. There was a pre-construction meeting. Generally, they have an emergency services meeting for you guys. They did before Pennell Creek was done. So I'll try to reach out to ADOT and make sure that they're including you on any of those.
They're including us.
Huh?
They had one meeting already that they included everybody with, and we have reached out to Tri-City, that they have a new fire chief, Granger, we haven't heard back from him yet, hopefully he's eager to get hold of. During the Pennell Valley Bridge, we covered their area for them when the roads were closed. We're hoping they'll help us do the same on this end as well, so that's something we're working on right now too.
An interesting fact is technically their CON goes to 229, which actually takes in part of the Resolution Copper. Magma Road is within their area. So, you know, they should be, they have to respond anyway, but I don't know that they know to respond all the way to them.
Right, well, we'll keep everybody updated on that.
We would like.
Well, I can't remember them ever responding that far, to the west.
They have.
I don't know the last time they came that far.
They have. We've worked with them quite a bit in that crossover. Generally, it's gotten better over the last few years, as far as I know. They haven't stepped into our territory in a while, but.
Yeah, once in a while they did come up to almost the tunnel without letting us know. So
Yeah.
there's communications issues we have to know. But anyways, yeah, we'll reach out to them like Chief Bauer said. At least on that part we can get something going with them. Keep very close for sure.
We do have a standing written mutual aid agreement with Tri-City, so should fall under that. So we don't need any new contracts or anything. We just need a written procedure so that everybody knows what will happen. That's an excellent suggestion. Any other suggestions that we need to do for coverage of that area? Any idea on, for instance, police protection during that time? I know it's a new question.
So you said it was gonna be down for 4 hours?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we can get a hold of county, maybe they're on that side, like you said, have somebody staged on that side.
Yeah, because they have Tonto, they have the top of the world to cover
Right.
as well. So it's not just they have a service population up there, and I know they're used to us taking all that, but it'd be nice to have them pre-stage.
Okay.
Any other questions or concerns?
Anybody? It's a discussion item. It's you.
Well, Scott can mention anything from our health and safety side. I know we're gonna have to have a lot of internal discussions or resolution about our employee access and emergencies and all that, so I don't know if Scott has anything to add, but we are gonna have regular meetings, or we are having them at resolution, so. I don't have any updates on that, I'm not as.
Brian, the only thing there is just we're still trying to finalize all the agreements with ADOT because they're gonna be working on resolution property. So I know they haven't finalized everything, so we're still waiting for a final construction plan and dates and times and everything else that things will get kicked off. So, as we find things out, we'll definitely share with all the teams. So we're kind of in a waiting right now. Additionally, we want to get with the leadership from Ames to make sure that they understand who we are and, the chiefs and the departments to make sure that everybody's aware, unless there's an imminent blast, they should be able to let us through during closure times, I would hope, so.
Yeah. Is Ames Construction doing this whole project?
What was that?
Ames Construction, they're doing the whole project?
That's what I heard. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another thing that you probably ought to address in your procedure is Waterfall Canyon Bridge. So Waterfall Canyon Bridge is a complete closure for a week. So that would be a much more severe test of our ability to respond to things. And the only way to get around it is all the way down to Winkleman and back up. So it's not a.
I got a question for Scott. Scott,
Yeah.
do you remember that time you, wanna allow some guys to go through the Never Sweat tunnel in case of emergency? Would that be some type of possibility if, resolution allows and if our guys are willing to go underground? Is that maybe something in an emergency? I know it takes a while to get through that tunnel, I've been through that tunnel many times, so, I don't know, if that could be some type of resort, to get up there.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. One thing that, we've discussed is during these times of foreclosures, we're gonna cease all operations and only have, the absolute, necessities on site. So, they'll be very similar to like what happened when we had the big snowstorm, a few years back.
Yeah.
And we were snowed out. We'll have a mechanic, electrician, a hoistman, and probably a shifter on it, right? So we'll try and limit as much exposure as possible, and only do the bare absolute minimum work. So as soon as we get more planning, we'll definitely include everybody. And yeah, we're wondering the same stuff you guys are about closures and where to stage people. So we'll definitely tell you as soon as we hear something.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great, 'cause the more information we got, maybe we can have more of a plan of how we can do this. And like you said, unless they're not really truly blasting, I'm pretty sure we can get through that road in emergency, but maybe by then we'll have contact phone numbers for whoever the contractor is that's doing the road closure. If it's a contractor for Ames that does it, we get numbers to call somebody in case of emergency, I guess.
I have a question.
Yeah, I guess the thing I worry more about is DPS. I've struggled the last few years with DPS and then letting us get up the hill when there's an accident out in the world or somewhere, east of, Devil Canyon. They won't let us up because all they know is, the hard, fast closure. So I do worry a little bit about that. Hopefully we get in with Ames and can start talking to their construction leadership to make sure they know where we're trying to get to.
Okay, no, that's great, because we gotta get hold of them too for, in this case, they have an emergency, we gotta respond to, we'll need contact numbers as well for any contractors that might get injured as well, so yeah. If you hear something before I do, or vice versa, man, we'll get a hold of each other for sure.
Appreciate it.
If there's an underground injury, I don't know, what's the likelihood of bringing him out to Never Sweat instead of taking him out number 9?
Very possible. Depends on, like I said, we're gonna try and have, small crews on during the closure period. But it's an option for sure, and we can explore that.
The blasting for Pinot Valley, or the Pinot Creek Bridge went on for longer than anticipated, right? So, this could be a significant intermittent problem. So, months of having to adjust.
Did they confirm the 2 days a week? Because I thought that originally it was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays from 9 to 2.
Yeah, they had tried to push that forward. I don't know what was finally approved. It was 2 days, and then they wanted to go to 3 days, and or 2 days with longer closure. So they were going to close significantly longer. So I don't know. I don't know what they finally decided. So hopefully they will. Again, when we get down to an actual construction plan and timeline, they need to have a meeting with emergency services, and usually they do that. They're usually pretty good about hosting those meetings, but we just have to make sure we're staying in contact and follow up with them.
Any other comments, questions, concerns from anybody?
One more thing, you can see there's some new access roads and everything. When they actually go in, we might want to have our crews familiarize themselves with that in case we have to make access for an accident down there.
You're talking the old Highway 60 on the bottom?
Either from the bottom, light trucks can go up from the bottom, but the fire truck cannot go up that road.
No.
So they have, the upper road is designed for heavy vehicle traffic. It's where all the semis are coming in. So those new roads they're putting in may be your access for the fire truck. And again, those are the questions we probably ought to pre-plan when they get ready, so we.
Okay, I understand. Because I know the old road itself, I won't take ambulance up it. Our Ford can make it up there. We've been up there not too long ago. But we didn't go all the way out to the top, out of 60. So I'll see the map of the new access roads Cause they're gonna need them to get down to the bottom anyways, and out of the creek. Okay.
Yeah, the 1922 bridge, they studied it and determined no heavy trucks can go on it. It's only light trucks. So
They have to give them weight.
they didn't. They probably have one, but they didn't tell me that number.
Well, maybe I can get it from them.
Anything else? We have nothing to approve on the new business, so carrying on, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Also,
Any second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 6:15.